What's up, my fellow Star Savior enthusiasts? True Evil here, and welcome to my ultimate Rosaria build guide. We will be covering everything you need to know on how to build the best unit in this video game, how to optimize her in the journey in terms of arcanas and stats, and then of course, we are going to take her on a spin to see how broken she truly is. First off, for equipment, you are going to want Insight, which is the critical hit rate set. Why? Because she gets stacks of Inferno for each critical hit we get on her ultimate. What does Inferno do? It makes her skill 2 do a bazillion more damage, or more specifically 20% more, and a trigger of her basic skill with the max of 3 stacks. Every PvE encounter in this game pretty much is a boss with 2 minions, so getting 3 Inferno stacks is really simple, and in PvP, this bad boy pretty much always gets 3 stacks no matter what, even if you don't have 100% critical rate. The best part of her skill 3 though is that if you Nova Burst this skill, it gains 30% critical hit chance, meaning you only need to build her with 70% critical hit to guarantee those juicy stacks. This means if you have Emily's Arcana card that gives you the extra Nova Burst stacks, you pretty much will always have this guaranteed in PvE if you speed her to being the second slowest unit in your team. For her 2-piece set, I highly recommend using the Valor set over the Hit set. Why, you may ask? You might be thinking the 20% effect hit chance is better on her than 5% attack. And to that I'll say this. None of the PvE enemies in this game seem to have crazy amounts of effect resistance, so 100% innate accuracy feels pretty much all you need for PvE, and in PvP, nobody really has insane effect resistance builds. All resistances from my experience so far have been the innate Magic of Disney 20% chance of resisting no matter what, so even if you do have that extra 20% accuracy or just the innate 100%, it's still going to be most likely just 80% every single time. Also, everyone is going for max dupes on Rosaria, and all the dupes do is basically just give her 5% increase in attack. Each dupe is basically worth around $100 if you buy the gems outright, which I definitely didn't, but I know some of you did. Now ask yourselves this. Would you pay $100 for 20% effect hit rate chance in a game where none of the enemies have effect resistance basically, or would you pay $100 for 5% attack up? There you have it, boys. You're slapping Valor on her, get that 5% attack. You don't have to spend $100 to put the 2-piece set on her. For her skills, you're going to want a minimum of 366, and this is for making sure she has the maximum amount of cooldown reduction possible. Then the next priority after 366 is going to be getting her skill 3 up to level 8, and that's so she gets that defense break at 100% chance. Everything else is optional, and because of how scarce the green cubes are, remember to use caution when leveling up anything past 368. For her arcanas, I recommend skipping her arcana actually if you are free to play or a low spender. Why? Because it requires a windup and it is weaker than the Bunny Frey card in terms of damage output, and Lacey's card gives critical hit chance, which is just more important on Rosaria. Now, it is the third best strength option and is better than Lynn's Arcana. But in terms of journey, you will be able to get dupes of Lynn's card much easier because you can purchase those dupes in the standard mileage shop. I just don't think it's worth pulling for this Arcana because it's just better to get dupes of Rosaria than dupes of this Arcana, and more importantly, you might not want to run 3 strength Arcanas in the journey and opt for Petra's card instead of that 3rd strength for the critical hit chance, which is better than the attack boost most likely for Rosaria. If you don't have Petra's card though, I would not use the Battle Pass replacement instead of Petra's card and opt for that 3rd strength card. Why? Because this Battle Pass Arcana sucks ass and I regret purchasing it. It needs a dupe to activate its unique effect, which none of the Arcanas from the gacha need a dupe to be able to access this. Every single other card gets it at level 35. Why does this card have to get it at level 40? And well, you can't get a dupe for like a month and you have to buy the battle pass again. Also, it gives exclusively focus, where Petra's card also gives strength and vitality, plus one of the journey events makes you lose stamina. Do not get this card, boys, and if that one guy who keeps telling people in my comment sections to get this card, it's just as good as Petra's, I want you to know that it is in fact not. For vitality, get Bunny Girl Claire's card for the critical hit chance, and the Charlotte card for speed. GG boys, that's all you need to know about those Arcana cards. For her parents, you just want 2 parents with plus 50 strength, but if you aren't Resonance 10 right now, please be advised that parent farming right now is for whales basically, so hold on to your cards, unless if you just want to burn a bazillion of your journey tickets for no reason, and when you actually get to the part where you can farm parents comfortably, well, you're just not going to have any tickets to do journey again. So there you have it, boys. That's how you build the overpowered Rosaria, and to finish this video off, I'll show an example of why she is so busted. Enjoy the background music while she pops off, and be sure to press that subscribe button. Also, she is the best unit to pretty much use in every single team, and the only time I would not recommend to use her is when you're trying to get the last like hunt battles to 3-star them so you can start sweeping, and that is because it's just better to go like maximum break skill for that and use like 4 blue units versus having some units that aren't always going to be able to break once or twice per hit.